The following program is the work of the broadcast students at the British Columbia Institute of Technology. Bcit magazine features news stories from around the Lower Mainland which were produced over the last week. Responsibility for the content of the show rests completely with the students and their instructors.
Today on Bcit magazine, Canucks alumni hit the ice for a special cause.
Volunteers shed their locks for cancer at SFU.
And the largest Canadian Andy Warhol exhibit comes to Vancouver.
Hello and welcome to Bcit magazine. I'm Tarrah Harvey.
And I'm Preston Roberts. In recent years, Down syndrome has been recognized by the United Nations with a special day to get people talking about the genetic disorder. Here at home, the Down Syndrome Research Foundation has partnered with the Canucks. My co-anchor Tarrah Harvey went out to 8 rinks to take part in the 10th annual World Down Syndrome Day.
For members of the Down Syndrome Research Foundation, March 21st is a day to promote, celebrate, and support diversity. This year marked the 10th anniversary of World Down Syndrome Day.
March 21st has been designated as World Down Syndrome Day because it's a triplication of the 21st chromosome. So the 3rd month, 21st day. This is the 2nd annual skating party that we've had for families. It's a great way for the families to come out and celebrate this special event, which is now recognized by the United Nations worldwide. We had close to 100 people out today, many children, former NHL players come out and help us celebrate.
Well, being a former NHL player, particularly here in Vancouver, we get asked to do different things, and this one, a friend of mine has a daughter with Down syndrome, and he called me and said, would I mind coming out? I said, absolutely, it'd be my pleasure to come out, and it just was fun. It was a nice evening with meeting with the kids and families and having a chance to share with them, and it was special.
McKenna says there is increasing support for people living with Down syndrome and that it's important for it to continue to be recognized.
To have the United Nations finally understand the importance of World Down Syndrome Day for this population was huge. There are meetings happening today at the United Nations in New York, and the more we get the word out amongst the general population about the abilities and the challenges that people with Down syndrome face, the better off everybody is going to be. We should celebrate and support diversity.
Tarrah Harvey in Burnaby for Bcit magazine.
Simon Fraser University's Club for the Cure will be hosting the 9th annual Balding for Dollars event at their Burnaby campus. Volunteers collect pledges and donate their hair in order to raise awareness for cancer research. Our reporter Taryn Parmar brings us this story.
SFU's Club for the Cure is hosting its 9th annual Balding for Dollars event, where volunteers part with their locks in order to raise awareness for cancer research.
Balding for Dollars is an event where we have people come in and they cut their hair, or they can shave to donate to make wigs, as well as all the proceeds go towards the Children's Hospital, the oncology department.
And again, you can sign up here to be a shavy. We have 10 already. We'll hope to make that a few more by the end of today. Minimum $20 donation, and hair over 8 inches will be used to make wigs.
Each year, the event draws support from multiple charities around the Lower Mainland who work together in the aim of conquering cancer.
The ride to conquer cancer is a unique 2-day bike ride from Vancouver to Seattle, and all net proceeds of the ride go towards the BC Cancer Foundation. So we support the Cancer Foundation right here in our own province.
The event is run by students who hope to raise money and also bring awareness to their club.
We're not only hoping to raise a lot of money to donate, but we're also hoping to educate a lot of the SFU students about this event and about our club and about what we're trying to raise awareness about, which is cancer.
The event has been very successful in the past, so much so that some participants come back year after year.
Well, I've been doing this for about 5 years now. Haven't raised a lot of money, but I'd say probably around $1,000 is what I've raised. I love volunteering, and helping out kids and stuff like that it's how you make people happy.
And with that, Club for a Cure has another Balding for Dollars event under their belts and are looking towards keeping that tradition alive for next year.
So the event has been held yearly for about 8 years, so we're just pretty much continuing the tradition that's already started.
Tarrah Harvey in Burnaby for Bcit magazine.
Coming up on Bcit magazine, macaroon or macaron? Matt Paget clarifies the question of what to call those oh-so-tasty treats. And reporter Kyle Balzer talks to a Fraser Valley basketball player who is earning praise for her skills.
Welcome back to Bcit Magazine. Even though Easter weekend is coming to a close, not all the celebrations are done just yet. We're now joined by our reporter Sophia Perani live on location to tell us how people in Stanley Park are celebrating the holiday. Sophia, what's happening down there right now?
As you can see behind me, it's very busy. I'm here in Stanley Park at the Easter celebrations. There's a lot of stuff going on. There's an Easter egg hunt, there's an Easter train, there's arts and crafts for kids, there's live music and entertainment, so it's a lot of fun to come out here and spend the day with your family and friends.
What was the turnout like there today?
It's a great turnout. Overall, it's a little cloudy today, but it's a beautiful day nonetheless. And today is the last day of the Stanley Park Easter festivities, so I'm going to go have some fun.
Thanks, looks like a lot of fun. That was Sophia Perani live in Stanley Park.
Well, that's a perfect way to celebrate Easter.
It definitely is.
We are so lucky to live in Vancouver. I love this city.
I know, it's so beautiful. We're so lucky.
We really are. Well, he's known as one of the most innovative and influential artists of the 20th century. The Vancouver art community is rejoicing as a new pop-up art gallery is showcasing the work of Andy Warhol. With a free exhibit, Vancouverites are being treated to what some are calling a once-in-a-lifetime experience. Sergio Vargas has more.
On this quiet Yaletown street, Vancouverites can view the work of one of the 20th century's greatest artists. A Different Idea of Love is the biggest Andy Warhol exhibit to ever be showcased in Canada.
This collection, it's about 88 pieces of Andy Warhol's work here. Most of the collection belongs to one private owner out of Los Angeles, and except for one wall, which was actually provided by the Andy Warhol Foundation for the Visual Arts, for us to display here at A Different Idea of Love.
Visitors to the exhibit are able to see a wide variety of pieces done by the father of pop art. It's all here, from a wall filled with portraits of famous public figures to one of Warhol's most recognized masterpieces, the Campbell soup can. But just how is the city responding to the month-long Yaletown display?
I do know that the response we've been getting from the public has been very good. We have had some collectors, gallery owners, artists themselves come in here and feel like it was a nice addition to the Vancouver art scene.
An art scene that is getting people talking.
It's really exciting. I know that Art Vancouver is coming soon, so that'll be another thing that's exciting, but this is a great step towards it. It's really nice that you can come from any walk of life, can come here and see his art.
Well, it definitely shows that we are a place that's worth bringing things to. To have what I've heard to be the largest Warhol show in Canadian history just happen in Vancouver is very exciting.
Sergio Vargas in Vancouver for Bcit magazine.
International Macaron Day is coming up, and a local bakery is getting ready for what they think will be their busiest day of the year. Matt Paget visited French Made Baking to find out exactly what a macaron is.
Macarons look like colorful little burgers, but Catherine from French Made Baking assures us they're actually dessert.
So macarons, primarily the shells is made of almond meringue, so that's almond icing sugar, egg whites, and then we fill that with either chocolate ganache or buttercream, and we close that, and that becomes the macaron.
Catherine and her husband moved to Vancouver from Paris to open French Made Baking. Since then, they've become known for their macarons, and every year they participate in International Macaron Day, where a portion of the sales go to a charity of their choice.
So the proceeds of International Macaron Day, for us, we chose to donate to Bcit Children's Hospital Foundation. We feel it's important that kids have a good support when they're living a hardship, like being in the hospital, and the family needs some support as well. And we have a close friend working for Bcit Children's Hospital, and he told us how important it was to get some funding from everywhere.
Catherine is working hard to get ready for the big day, as she knows how busy it'll be due to the rising popularity of the macaron.
Every year the donations are growing, so first year was about $200 or $300, and last year we raised $500. So yeah, every year people are more generous, and it's one of our biggest days of the year for sure.
In addition to charity, French Maid Baking is also giving lessons on how to say macaron.
So we made a little poster for tomorrow that explains. So that's the macaroon, the coconut one, and the French macaron. That's hard to say for English-speaking people.
Matt Paget in Vancouver for Bcit Magazine.
Macaron, I don't know if I've got that quite
All
right.
I know is they taste great.
You know, and that's all that really matters anyway.
Exactly.
As the madness continues in U.S. college basketball, a player in the Fraser Valley is earning praise for her skills at the Canadian national level. As Kyle Balzer explains, she hopes to one day apply herself to helping people beyond playing on the hardwood.
Sarah Wirks just capped off her final year with the University of the Fraser Valley Cascades, putting her school on the map as a future national championship contender. Breaking single-season records in the Canada West Division for rebounding, she says the pressure of performing a stellar season wasn't as present as initially thought.
It was just all about finding our identity, and it was kind of a non-pressure year, which was really nice for me, because 4 years leading up to that, we always kind of had this expectation of a national championship.
Sarah owes her success to head coach Al Tuckshearer. Having coached at U of V for 13 years, he's always known that Sarah had something special to offer to the program.
Really, on her to step up her leadership and just lead on the court probably more than off the court, and just in her training right from last spring and summer and right through that. She's always been extremely driven that way, and it's never always hit her training extremely hard, and so she's always led by example that way.
Sarah's success was recognized not only here at U of V and in the Canada West Division, but also on a national level as well. In addition to receiving 2 consecutive Athlete of the Week awards back in January, she just recently received the nod as a CIS All-Canadian, becoming the first U of V basketball player, male or female, to do so.
Sarah will now attend grad school in California, hoping to become a chiropractor, but she believes her learning experience on the court will transfer just as easily off the court.
Just maybe how I've learned to be a better person as well, playing for this team, and the motivation and determination and the dedication that it takes to play basketball. I'm definitely going to apply in my career and work to be the best I can.
Kyle Balzer in Abbotsford for Bcit Magazine.
In other sports news, the Vancouver Canucks take on the LA Kings tonight. Our reporter Tim Brooke is reporting live from Rogers Arena. Tim, what's the atmosphere like down there?
Well, we're still about 2 hours away from the gates opening up to the arena, so nothing has popped off just yet, but the area behind me will be completely full with Canucks fans going crazy in Vancouver jerseys around 6 o'clock tonight. It's a very, very important game for the Canucks tonight. They play their division rivals, the LA Kings, a team who has all but dominated the NHL in the last 4 or 5 years. They have 2 Stanley Cups to their names, but now find themselves on the outside looking in when it comes to the playoff picture. A Canucks win in regulation tonight will all but guarantee that their last 2 games of the year are getting ready for that postseason push. But a loss makes things a little bit more interesting. The Calgary Flames and the LA Kings are right on the Canucks' tail. And so tonight, if LA does in fact win in regulation, it makes for a very, very exciting last week to the NHL regular season.
Thanks, Tim. That was Tim Brooke live from Rogers Arena. Now, Preston, I know you're from Calgary. Are you cheering for the Flames?
I am from Calgary. I think I'm going to have to say no comment on that one.
Well, I think I speak for many Vancouverites when I say we're all hoping for an extra long postseason for the Canucks.
You know what? I can agree to that.
Well, that brings us to the end of our show today. I'm Tarrah Harvey.
And I'm Preston Roberts. Thanks for joining us for this edition of Bcit Magazine. We'll leave you with shots of the seawall at Stanley Park.